I was 17 when they decided I was disposable. It was December 12th, 2 weeks before Christmas. The house smelled like cinnamon candles, and the fake pine tree Karen insisted on every year. Outside, snow was piling up on the driveway of our 5-bedroom colonial in one of the richest zip codes in Connecticut. Inside, hell was breaking loose. Karen, my dad's second wife, the woman who made Karen a personality type before it became a meme, was screaming so loud the crystal wine glasses in the dining room were vibrating. "You ungrateful little parasite," she shrieked, veins popping in her neck. "You think we're your personal ATM? You're done leeching off us." I stood there in my hoodie and ripped jeans, still holding the college acceptance letter I'd been excited to show my dad. 3.9 GPA, full-ride scholarship offers, weekend shifts at Starbucks since I was 15, none of it mattered. My crime? I'd forgotten to take out the recycling one time and told her no when she demanded I call her mom. My father, the man who used to carry me on his shoulders to little league games, just leaned against the kitchen island with his arms folded. "She's right," he said, not even looking at me. "You're 17, almost an adult, time to stand on your own 2 feet. Karen smirked like she'd won the lottery. "Pack a bag, you have 1 hour. I begged, I cried. I reminded my dad of every promise he made after Mom died when I was 9. "I'll never let anything happen to you, buddy." He looked away. 58 minutes later, I walked out with a duffel bag, my high school backpack, and $12.47 saved from tips. The front door locked behind me with a final click. Karen actually waved through the window. I slept in my 1998 Honda Civic for 4 nights in the Walmart parking lot, running the engine for heat until the gas gauge blinked empty. On night 5, my best friend Jake's mom took pity and let me crash on their basement couch. I finished senior year sleeping on an air mattress, showering at school, and working doubles. I never called them again. 10 years later, I'm 27 now. After community college, I transferred to MIT on pure scholarships and spite, lived on ramen and energy drinks, graduated top 5% with a computer science degree, got hired straight into a Silicon Valley startup as employee 12. Last year, we sold the company to a FAANG giant. My cut, $38 million after taxes. The very next morning, I opened Zillow, typed in the exact address I still had memorized, and stared at the listing that made my heart stop. The house was in pre-foreclosure. Dad's luxury car dealership collapsed during COVID. Karen's boss babe, essential oil pyramid scheme imploded when the FTC started asking questions. They refinanced the house 3 times, took out HELOCs to keep up appearances, and now owed $1.9 million on a property worth barely $2.10. Asking price for the short sale, $1.45 million. I called my realtor from a burner number and made an all-cash offer $100,000 over asking, no contingencies, 7-day close, no inspection, waive appraisal. They accepted in 6 hours. Desperate people don't negotiate. Closing day. I parked 2 blocks away and walked up wearing a black hoodie, baseball cap pulled low, and a fake mustache. Yes, I went full movie villain. My realtor met me at the door with the keys, while my dad and Karen stood on the porch surrounded by half-packed U-Haul boxes. They looked like ghosts of the people I remembered. Dad's hair gone gray overnight, Karen's Botox melting into deep worry lines. Karen noticed me first. "Can I help you?" I pulled off the hat and mustache. Time stopped. Dad dropped the box in his arms. It hit the porch and shattered. Sounded like Karen's favorite Swarovski vase collection. Karen's mouth opened and closed like a fish drowning in air. "Why you? What are you doing here?" I jingled the keys. "I own this place now. Signed yesterday." "Cash?" Dad found his voice hoarse and shaking. "This is a sick joke." "No joke." I stepped past them into the marble foyer that still smelled faintly of Karen's overpriced diptych candles. "You always said this was your forever home. Congratulations, it's mine forever now." Karen started hyperventilating. "We have nowhere to go. The movers are coming tomorrow." I turned slowly. "You told a 17-year-old the exact same thing on a freezing night in December. Remember, nowhere to go, figure it out." Karma's funny, isn't she? I walked the entire house like a king surveying his new kingdom. My old bedroom, converted into Karen's content creation room, full of ring lights and unopened Amazon boxes of leggings she never sold. The basement, man cave my dad loved. Now a graveyard of unsold essential oil inventory. I opened the fridge, still had the same brand of white wine Karen used to hide from me when I was underage. I took one bottle out, examined the label, and set it on the counter. "This stays. Everything else is yours until 6 p.m. Dad tried the anger route. "You're gonna burn in hell for this." I smiled the coldest smile of my life. Already did. 4 nights in a Walmart parking lot at -5 degrees. This is heaven. 5:47 p.m., the street was lined with neighbors pretending not to watch. Karen was openly sobbing into a monogrammed blanket on the front lawn. Dad was on the phone with the bank, begging for an extension that would never come. I stood on the exact spot on the porch where they'd slammed the door on me 10 years ago and spoke loud enough for the entire cul-de-sac to hear. "Hey Karen, remember when you said I'd never amount to anything, that I'd be flipping burgers my whole life?" She looked up, mascara rivers down her cheeks. I held up the keys and the deed. "Guess who just bought the house you swore I'd never be able to afford?" A random neighbor actually started slow clapping. 5:59 p.m., the last box went into the U-Haul. Karen tried one final plea, voice cracking. "Please just let us rent the basement for a few months. We're family." I looked her dead in the eyes. "You stopped being my family the day you locked a kid out in the snow. Goodbye, Karen." The truck pulled away. I waved like Miss America. That night, I ordered $400 worth of pizza, invited Jake and his mom over, the ones who actually saved me, and we ate on the kitchen island while watching Elf on the 85-inch TV they were forced to leave behind. A week later, Karen sent a 17-paragraph Facebook message begging, threatening, crying, guilt-tripping. I screenshot every word, posted it anonymously to R-Pro Revenge, and watched it hit 100K upvotes in 48 hours. Comment of the year: "This is the most nuclear thing I've read all year. Op is a legend." I still live in that house. Turned my old bedroom back into a bedroom, this time with a lock on the inside. Karen's she shed. Ring lights are now lighting my home office where I run my second company. Sometimes, when it snows, I stand on the porch with a hot coffee and remember the exact spot I stood shivering with one duffel bag. Then I smile, go back inside, and lock the door. Some people say revenge leaves you empty. Those people never came home. This is what justice feels like after 10 years of ice-cold patience. And if you felt that shiver of pure satisfaction run down your spine, do me a solid right now. Smash that like button like you're smashing entitled stepmother's dreams. Hit subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss another ice-cold revenge diary drop. Ice cold in the comments if you're team op today. We post the pettiest, most savage payback tailies every single day. See you in the next one. Stay ruthless.